Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel on PGA Tour 2K25. Today we're going to be playing the third and fourth rounds, should I say, of the Nebraska Championship at Persephone Golf Club, designed by Crazy Canuck 1985 on TGCTours Kinetic Tour. So my last video, really quickly before we do get into things, I would like to apologise. The channel update that featured the first two rounds of this event, that was my first ever attempt at editing a video on DaVinci Resolve over on the PC after I transferred the file of the gameplay over to there, and it was pointed out to me that my voice was coming across a little bit low. So I did actually watch it back earlier on my phone, and I didn't use earbuds or any form of headphones. I just listened to it through the speaker on the phone, and I did have to crank it up full blast to hear myself, or to hear the commentary at a somewhat reasonable volume. And it was actually kind of a bit of a nightmare, especially if you have watched the video or with headphones or anything like that on. If you did have to crank it up, I will apologize, because if an ad came up, I say I wasn't using speakers, but bloody hell, it nearly blasted the eardrums clean out of my head. So I do apologize for that. It is going to take a little bit for me to fine tune the audio balances on that for getting that right. I've been using the Share Factory for so many years that I know exactly where I need to adjust the sound volume to when doing it on that. But I am going to be editing this video again on DaVinci Resolve. I am going to port the gameplay footage over and edit it that way. Now I think I figured out the reason why there was no gameplay audio as well, so the sounds of the clubs and in-game sounds and stuff like that, and that is because it transferred across. The file format was WebM, and I think I didn't think to copy it onto the USB drive in MP4 format. So I'm going to give that a go. Hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to redo my commentary. I really do hope so. But it's live commentary anyway for this. So let me see. Let's have a little look at the course details for round number 3. So we're going to have medium winds and moderate fairways and greens with fast green speed. All right, let's get ourselves down onto the first tee. Okay, so here we are, coming down at the first tee for round number 3, and also I just forgot to mention a moment ago there as well that you possibly will hear background noise this time because of the fact that I am recording directly from the PS4, and I'm not doing the commentary over on DaVinci Resolve, which would feature, let's get that tee shot out of the way, which would feature the full, which would have the full features of the Wave 3 microphone from the Wavelink software. So you will most likely hear some background noise if the dog gets up to run around or anything like that, maybe noise outside. I've had to close the window, even though it is absolutely boiling in the room, and I even have the fan turned off because the way that I'm set up at the moment, the fan will be pretty much right in front of myself and the microphone. So yeah, I am absolutely boiling alive here. Right, 93 yards in, wind is not too bad. What did I say it was? Medium winds, if I remember correct. So I think we'll pull it back to about here. See if the wind will carry that in. Ooh, this is my very first round of the day. I literally just took a few swings over in the driving range. I'm sure most of you are aware that's what I do for my warm-up. So yeah, we might be a little bit bad today. We'll see what happens anyway. Might just take me a few holes, hopefully no more, just to warm it up a little bit. But if we can escape from here with a par, there we go. And that will keep us, we skip through the leaderboard. I'm sure a lot of you know by now also that I do not like to look at the leaderboard in between rounds or holes. Are we playing? Yeah, we're playing uphill here, so we should be okay with driver. A little bit of a pull on the contact again. Just got to get the angle of the controller. Say I literally just taken a few swings. So it's going to leave us 45 right. That'll give us a spinner in. Put it to around about there. And I've underswung that quite a bit actually. Should have just had a quick look at what it was showing the percentage at. Anyway, so we're going downhill, maybe just over the green. 17 feet, green speed 151. So there you go now. Dog just jumped down off the chair. You may have heard her. Unfortunately, the cats and the dog are absolutely boiling as well. Well, I suppose we might as well enjoy the good weather while we can, because it is supposed to change again next week and normal service resumes for Ireland with the dark, dreary grey skies and the rain. Hopefully they get it wrong, but that's what's apparently on the cards anyway. So we're going to play about 231 to the pin here for hole number 3. I think if I'm going to crank the loft right up on this and see, just kind of try and float it in there. Oh, it's a good strike. It's a beautiful strike actually, but now that's gonna, wait, hold on. This is moderate firmness on the green, so. Alright, we held the green. Bit of a mid-range putt, probably about 15, 16 feet maybe. Okay, maybe a little bit further. I didn't look that far, but 27 feet to the pin, and I want to hazard a guess at about 2 lines out for this. A little bit open contact. It's trying to turn. Go on, keep going, keep going. No. Alright, we're slowly dialing it in. I did make the cut, so that's why I'm playing the 3rd and 4th round of the event. Or again, should I say 3rd and 4th rounds. So stay at 24 under for the event for now anyway. Let's see what we can get to. Let's see if we can get close to at least 40 under anyway. I say maybe I should have played a warm-up round first just to get my thumb in gear. And I still have the habit, I forget it's not on TGCTours, pressing L1 to try and get the lie grid up, but no, we're not getting that. So 254 roughly is what this wants to play. If we play, we've got a run off on the back, play 242 up there. Again, I'm trying to do it. And check the lie of the ball, but I can't see, it's a bit above the feet anyway. And that's going to run off onto the rough. Leaves a little chip shot up. My chip shots are not the best as of late whenever I'm playing. I really overhit that one. Now hopefully that holds that line. There we go. There's a birdie. Okay, that's first one on the cards, I believe. It is indeed. So that'll take us 25 under par. Okay, yeah, so now if we can get this right, we can hopefully catch that slope to the left of the green and feed it back. Nearly did in round 1. Nope, never mind. I've just hooked it off to the left. That way, if I can get a good kick, I can at least get down near the green. Yeah, I'll take that. 24. So we'll go to flop shot here. Oh, that's a nasty little slope in front of the hole, so be mindful of that. Oh, drop in. So many times I've come close to a dunk, and no, ball just says no, not today. Alright, so what are we on? Hole 5? Hole 6, par 3, 195. Gonna play about 193. I think best way to play this is going to be get some loft and spin on there. Hopefully that's not too much. Oh yes, that's a good shot. Let's turn it back a little bit too far to the left though now, if I can just feed its way down a little bit. I'll do a pin high. Minimal break on it. Just make sure to give it enough to get there. Center of the cup, lovely. That'll take us, I think, 2 under for the round as I look away from the screen yet again. And yeah, so I'd say the next video possibly will be a different game, just so you are aware. For those of you who won't be interested at all, just turn ball, turn. Oh wait. Up a little bit short, but yeah, just well, again, as I did mention in the previous video, as I just get myself used to as possible as I can. I don't know what kind of jumble of words that was, but you get what I mean. As familiar as possible with the editing software for DaVinci Resolve. So obviously I don't want to be going to the trouble of recording potentially an hour or more of gameplay footage and then editing it down and stuff like that and not actually upload it. So if anybody is fairly familiar with Oh, nearly. Familiar with DaVinci Resolve, by the way. Do feel free to, if anybody has used it, drop some little tips that you might have down in the comments below. I say I am watching numerous videos on different tips and tricks on how to do things, etc. And really enjoying watching those videos, playing around with all the different things in it. As I say, doing the likes of a video like this won't be too difficult because it's just clipping out certain parts. But whereas if I'm doing something more complicated, like we'll just say I've done a few videos in the past. A lot of you may have seen them, like from Hunter Call of the Wild. What other ones have I done where there's been a few from Hunter? We just use Hunter Call of the Wild. Like I'd record for about 3-4 hours there. Let me see, 245. I'm gonna play. Yeah, I'll play 228 in. I'd record for about 3 to 4 hours, and obviously that'd be a lot of 4 different recordings because obviously the PlayStation only lets you record for a maximum of an hour, and then the Share Factory will only let you edit up to 80 minutes long. But I don't know why when it won't let you export that 80-minute footage. Then it only lets you export up to 60 minutes. So bit pointless, really. I genuinely don't know what they were thinking of when they thought they'd give you an 80-minute limit. Maybe, I don't know if it's available on Xbox. Maybe it's different over there. So I have not played Xbox since the 360 days. I'm going to try and overpower this a little bit, get it up over those bunkers. All right, decent strike. Is it going to make? Yes, we're over. Touchdown in the fairway. No, this is a par 4, isn't it? Yeah, par 4. 66 is what we're left with. So, we'll try a spin. No, that's a regular pitch. Actually, hold on. Well, a regular pitch work. Yeah, I put a little bit of spin on that. And see, because I keep defaulting to the spinner whenever it's within a reasonable range for it, and that didn't work out well at all. Instead of actually using the pitch shot, especially now that, even though that wasn't a good example, they can check up a little bit quicker. Turn ball, good strike on as well, 4 perfects. Well, I just completely butchered that putt. Oh, it's a bogey. God. Right, we're back to 3 under for the round. As we hit another par 4 for the 10-2, we're on to the back 9 already. I was wondering whether or not I might have to do this in 2 separate recordings, do the 2 different rounds, but might be able to. We should be able to squeeze it into the one recording. It'll be a little bit easier to chop down then. So 104. I'm gonna play about 106 with that wind. I think 100 will be fine on this. Little bit of spin. Decent strike. It's tracking pretty. Yeah, it's a little bit right, but that'll do me. What was that, 5 feet maybe? 4 feet, wasn't far off. In we go, right. Get that drop shot back. Again, as I look away from the screen. I'm going to send that down. But yeah, really looking forward to getting my capture card as soon as possible. And being able to actually record through OBS as well, because like, I mean, I know I can record some of the game like ETS 2 or Euro Truck Simulator 2 and some other games and stuff that I do have over on PC that I can record and get a feel for it there. But 237, I'm playing 241 with that little bit of wind. We're gonna try and float this in against that little angled headwind. Yes, never mind. I put too much on that. We go to pick. We'll pull that one left. That was terrible. What was I saying? OBS. Yes, I do need to actually fiddle around again, because that was the one that was mainly giving me trouble with these horrible audio sounds, and it really, when I say ramping the speakers up to deafening volumes, and the sound just wouldn't stop until I absolutely just muted everything and cancelled the whole program and stuff like that. And you want to see the poor dog and the cats, like obviously their ears are a lot more sensitive than mine. And let me see, let me just work this out real quick. I'm going to take about 11 off that 181 with the wind. We'll pull it back 168. A little bit of spin just in case. It is a bit of a downhill going to the hole, but yeah, they were all running tails between the legs, because there were a few times that it happened when I was trying to work it all out. They were actually in the room, and I feel bad for the poor little buggers getting absolutely deafened. Then creeping back in once the sound, that's good, just about. That was going to lip there for a second. But yeah, creeping back in once the sound has stopped it, and kind of looking at me and say, is it safe? Have you stopped? I say, well, for now I've stopped, but I may definitely use again. But yeah, so I do want to try and get used to that, because then, as I did mention in the previous video, start planning to do regular live streams, because that's just what, as I did mention in the previous video, that is one thing that does really just put me off doing live streams of the game at the moment. Even though I've said at the release of this game and the previous two games that I do hope to do regular live streams, is the fact that should the game, oh bloody hell, I pulled that one. Should the game decide to crash in the middle of the live stream, it just kills the whole stream, and then I have to go and redo everything again to get it all going. What do we got? 143, so 6. That's terrible. That's terrible. Didn't go too far past them. So what are we? 6 under par through 13. Yeah, not having the best of rounds. What did I shoot in? I can't actually remember. I know it was, we started this round anyway at 24 under par, but I can't remember what I shot in the first and second rounds respectively. I think it was 11. No. Or am I wrong? I genuinely can't remember. I just know 24 under par anyway through 2 was enough to make more than comfortably make the cut actually this week. So let me see, 81. We'll put it up about here just for that bit of wind. Ooh, a little bit over swing. Actually, that's fine. That's perfect. Pop that in, and that will take us to, I think, 7 under par. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar now. I don't keep track properly, even though I was literally talking about score. So yeah, 7 under par for the round. Ooh, with that wind, we are not getting over there, and I feel like maybe I was about to swing there. No, I'll say 3 wood should be fine. That'll do. Yeah, we're more than comfortable there. But I was not going to take the risk of trying to carry the water to get onto the second fairway with the driver, as I know that would have probably gone horribly wrong. Right, about 195 in. It looks like we're fairly level. Just put a tiny touch of loft and spin on it. Big push. Big push. Right, we're in the rough. A little chip. That is terrible. That was a big overswing. Look at the contact. It would help if I did rotate the controller fully, because I usually tend to rotate the controller a similar way to how I have it now for the putts, just to get that that straight up and down. Not too bad on that. A little bit of a pull. Ah, damn ball. Thought that was in for a second. So I had, feck's sake, another bogey. I think that's my first 2 bogeys. I think I'd actually have to look back, but I think that's my first 2 bogeys of the event. I can have a look at the scorecards on the site instead of looking back through the video. Right, so 208. We're going to play about 213. I think so. That's going to be what? About an 8-yard rollout if we choke down on a 4-iron. Oh, it's beautiful. It's turning a bit too much though. Now, just sink your teeth in, ball. Yeah, still rolled out a bit far. Maybe the 203 would have been the better option. Yeah, not the best. Overswung it. Oh. That still confuses me, the way that, like, any other shot, any shot from off the green, when it says for the swing line that it was a pull, the shot goes left. But majority of the time when it says pull for swing path on a putt, the ball goes to the right. And that's a push. To me, that is just a push. So, yes, I pushed that shot quite badly. I didn't pull it. Just like I pushed that with the contact there. But that was fine. Right, so what we got? Par 5. Come on, let's try and get on here in 229. Gonna play about 234. Let's choke down on that. Get a bit of attack on it. Give it some loft. Send it up into the air. That's probably too much loft. Or spin, should I say. A little bit of a push, but it is holding its line, tracking for the pin. Now it just needs to settle down as quick as it can. Don't catch that slope. Thank you. Alright, not too bad. Should be roughly around about a green line. Give it about a 3 count. A little bit of a pull. We're just burning lips today now. Burning the lips. So yes, you probably can hear the dog in the background, and now this little one she was asleep under my desk there. She has decided to get up. If she goes up to the... Now, I did have to close the curtains, so hopefully she won't be able to get up the window. She might come... You might hear her come crashing down to the floor if she attempts to get through the curtains, actually. So if you hear a loud thump, that's her. Whoa, what was that? Controller. When I pull it back on the stick, there we go. You pipe down, please. But, oh yeah, just with her barking there, with coming across and stuff, I did say in the last video about the tradition of, let me see, 175, 168, we'll play 171. About the tradition of the ice cream van always pulling up. Now, I don't actually know. Let me just get this in the air. Let me see, what time are we now? We are coming up on 3:30. So, when I was recording commentary yesterday, I was saying about the tradition of the ice cream van always tends to come around whenever I'm recording. Now, obviously, apart from any voices, I when I was listening back to it and editing, I could when I was doing the clapping test, I think she just crashed back down to the floor. Did you crash down to the floor? Yeah, don't do that again then. See one. Let me. You have to distract me now. Where was I? Oh yeah, after doing the clap test, when I was listening back to that and editing, I could very, very faintly hear the clap when I was talking while testing it. But and even though like my hands were literally about a foot and a half away from the mic when I was doing it, so absolutely amazing software to cut out any sort of noise like that. Obviously, it does pick herself up if she barks or anything like that. But absolutely no other sounds picking up at all. And oh, we are actually at the end of this round, so I didn't even realize. Yeah, so I didn't even realize that we were at the end of that round there. I wasn't paying attention to what hole we were on. What was I saying? Yes, ice cream van. If he does, he actually never typical. That let's just have a look at the course details at the moment. But typical, when I have software available where it shouldn't be picking him up, it doesn't bloody well appear at the time when he normally does. Now, say it's about just coming 3:30 now. Let me see, high wind speed, moderate fairways, soft greens, and medium fast. All right, so we should hopefully be able to get the ball to stick a little bit better in this round number 4. But yeah, typical. He never showed up, so I didn't get to test that. Didn't show up at all day on an absolutely gorgeous day. Now it's similar again out there today, and I'm wondering if he'll show up. He will show. It could be absolutely pissing out of heavens, middle of winter, and he will come around selling ice cream. But yeah, on a scorching summer day, middle of June, and he doesn't show up. Like, I think it was around about 20, somewhere between 25 and 27 degrees for any Americans. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So yes, we are. It is quite warm, quite heavy the air as well. But let me see, 128 gonna add on the 5, it'll be 133. Can I get a pitching wedge up and over? Let's try. Uh-oh. Bounce the rock. Bounce forward, not backwards. Oh, crap. Is it still in play? Well, it's still in play. Okay. 41. Gonna play about 47. See, I'm distracting myself now while talking. I am gonna go over the spinner for this one, and I'm gonna put it up around about here. I don't mind if it goes past. Just once we get it up onto the green. That worked out perfectly. Actually, I don't know what the feedback was like there. Half the time, I don't even look anymore. I just say, yep, it looks like it's going in the direction that I want it to. So I'm happy enough. Now I can't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, the ice cream man. Yeah, as I did say, it could be absolutely chucking it down with rain. Torrential. And he'll come around trying to sell ice creams. And you can almost see people... I've done it myself. I've looked out the window saying, is he actually for real? And I'm pretty sure I've seen other people looking out the windows thinking the same thing. Like, he can't be serious. He can't be expecting people to go outside in that weather to get a bloody ice cream cone. But yeah, as I say, on an absolutely glorious day like this, and like it has been recently as well, he does not come around. We're going to go with a spinner again. Send that up there. That should get up the slope. Don't spin back. That'll do though. And yes, sorry, I apologise. I forgot to show the scorecard. So if you weren't keeping track, well, we did finish 31 under. I think that was our first. So that would have been. Excuse me. Breath went against me there. That would have been 7 under par, and then it was 2 bogeys. So it was potentially 9, if not 10 under par. I did miss a few obviously as well. So it could have been a fairly decent round, but unfortunately not to be. Right, 241, going to play about 235. We want to take at least 15 off that then. So you're talking about 220. And I'm going to loft this up and put spin on it, because I don't know. This is probably going to cause it to fly the hole, but we'll see. Never mind, I have severely pushed it. Ooh, that sunk its teeth in there. So we're on the green. It's going to be a long putt, but that really sunk its teeth in. I was expecting to release a little bit more. No, the greens are soft, but it didn't touch down on the green. Let me see, 46 up 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Overswung it still. Turn. Not bad. I'll take it. For not the best contactor. Swing path. And I get 4 perfects and still fucking miss it. Only I can do that. For flip's sake. It's another bogey. 3rd bogey that I'm aware of for the event. I might have gotten 1 or something like that in the 1st or 2nd round. I actually can't remember. So I need to look at the scorecards over on TGC Tours. Let's just send that down there. Not the best contact again. I used to do that as a tradition as well. That when I was going to be recording a video, I would play at least 1 round as a warm-up before I would start recording. But then I just started getting lazy and said I'll take a few swings in the driving range just to warm up. And then get it done. That is a beautiful swing. Oh, stay up, stay up. That's fine. Now bite. And roll for us. That will do. If it's not, there we go. That'll do nicely. And it's a par 5 as well, so shouldn't break any more than that. So provided a little bit of a pull. But we got it there this time. That'll make up for at least a couple of the bogeys. So what did I say? Yeah, try to aim for roughly around about 40 under par anyway. So we only need another 7 birdies and no more bogeys. And we've hit that goal, so I'll be happy enough with that for a result for this event. Oh dear, that is Curse of the commentator. Splash. Damn it. Alright, we still get up and down. For par, I'll be happy. 65, gonna play about 67. We are coming out of the heavy rough. I'm just gonna pull this back to a regular approach onto the 60 degree and pull it right back. That'll do. Oh, a little bit more to the left, and that was threatening the hole. Oh, turn. Please turn. Thank you. I don't fancy that. That would have been back-to-back bogeys, wouldn't it? I think. Now, you can probably hear that's them outside. See, when I was saying yesterday about them roaring and shouting outside, where I live, I'm in a cul-de-sac, and it is... I've never experienced it before, but it is one of the most echoey and reverby kind of cul-de-sacs. Even though it's an open and wide cul-de-sac, everything just reverbs in it. And right, let me see, 192. We are gonna play 205 there. Yeah, even though it's kind of it's not like a cramped cul-de-sac or anything like that. It's open, but there's so much reverb in it, and echo and stuff like that. And like some of the neighbours, they'll be standing in their own garden, and other neighbours will be in their garden or walking past, and of course they're shouting to each other, saying hello, having a conversation or whatever and stuff like that. 1, 2, and a pop. And I say the sound is just it's amplified. And so that's what I was saying about yesterday. I was wondering if the microphone was going to be bloody well picking them up. I'd say it might be now, because I can hear faintly, even though I can't hear my voice, my commentary coming through the headphones. I can only hear the gameplay. I can still faintly hear voices outside, unless it's just I'm starting to hear voices in my head. That's quite possible. But no, I can't. Let me just take one headphone off there. It might be next door. I might have the dog out again. I haven't heard the dog bark. Usually when the dog is out, the dog starts barking at the slice. A blade of grass could twitch and the dog will start barking next door. It actually sounds weird having only one headphone on. So I'm going to hear my own voice properly and not muffled. Where am I? 137. I'm getting distracted. 190 or 137. Bloody hell! I would have been off in the trees. 137. Played 126. I think we choked back on that again for about a 120. Decent strike. It's trying its best to turn for the hole. A little bit left. It's not gonna run out though. 126. I should have kept it at that. But let's see if we can get this in. 23 feet up one. So 1, 2, 3, and pop it on 4. A little bit of an overswing. Oh, there we go. It's pacey going in that right side there. Apparently that putt is worthy of a replay, but we don't need to see it again. I was about to keep my eyes on the screen. I do not like, even though I know I'm not winning, and I know that the scores at the top of the leaderboard in game are not most likely from players that are actually on the particular tour I'm playing on. So they're all Platinum Tour players and stuff like that. I mean, I used to be up around, bloody hell, what game, who can remember? Was it the Golf Club 2 was the last game where TGCTours were naming the different tours after the real, so like PGA Tour, European Tour, and so on. I think it was the Golf Club 2, maybe some of the Golf Club 2019, I can't remember. But yeah, back then, I used to be up on the PGA / Platinum Tour, and I just stopped playing as regular as I used to. Let me see, we're just gonna pull this right back to 180, I think. It's a par 5 anyway, but yeah, slowly climbing my way back up the world rankings for the tours anyway. I think about 300 and something now, I don't know, but I had dropped back right down. Again, it's just my consistency of playing the events, and depending on when I'm playing them. And whether or not I have too many distractions, or I could have had a few beers the night before, or I could have even been having a few beers and be half pissed out of my head trying to play a tournament. But yeah, try to learn English again. Anyway, let's get on with this. Hole number 9, 400 yards to a big headwind. That's got to be anywhere around about, I'd say, upwards of 20 miles per hour. 15 to 20 miles per hour we'll put onto that. So 125, going to play about 128. We want to play this roughly in the region of about 150. Maybe I should keep that 157 because we are on quite an upslope. And then just bloody hell. Can I hit a provisional? Imagine they actually put that feature in the game, because you see where that landed. I don't know if that's behind the tree where I'm going to have to go backwards. No, apparently we go. But like, I mean, yeah, that'd be a good. I wonder if that would be a popular addition to the game, if you sliced it off into the trees like that. If you could hit a provisional, and then you had to try and search for your ball. Or are we trying to delve into too much simulation? I did say, to be honest, in the last video that my favorite genre of games is the simulation. I don't know what way this ball is going to come out, so no, not a long flop. I'm going to play. Yeah, actually, I'm going up because it's going to play about 32, so I'll play a 50 degree. Well, like that on the green, that's the main thing. Now, try and scramble this for par. Turn. Damn it. That caught the lip there, didn't it? I'm not counting properly. I'm not getting the pace of my counts properly, or the speed of my count properly for the pace of the greens. But again, this is what my 4th round. This is including the 2 rounds that I did yesterday for the previous video. So yeah, it's obviously it's 20th of June now. So this is feck it anyway. This is only my 4th round in about a week. Since I last played the game properly. So yeah, I probably should have played at least 1 round before attempting to finish off this tournament. So we want to go up there. Alright, a little bit of a push, but the wind is more than pulling that back. So if that bites, should be around about 10 feet maybe, I think. 9 feet just inside. Alright, I'm happy enough with that. And in we go. Alright, pull that drop shot back. And what are we at now? Because I say, I'm trying... Now, do you know what? Again, curse of the commentator, I said target is about 40 under par. Oh, well, there's still got plenty of holes, but don't you know now, I am going to struggle to get to 40 under par because I said it, and I set that goal for myself. And I probably should have aimed that a little bit more, and there's another big push. It's only in the rough. Still, though, to be honest, probably... Yeah, I wouldn't have really made much difference. Do you know what? I've just looked down. I had bloody controller rotated the wrong way. That's why. 75, going to play about 82 with that wind. I think I'll just play close to a full 100 on this because we're coming out of heavy stuff. And with that wind, that's still pushing. What the hell? But that'll do. And it's par 5, so... Oh, that just, for a fraction of a second, well, a little bit more than a fraction of a second, it did. That looked like it was going to just run around the right lip there. Right, 203, 202, 192-ish is what that wants to play to the hole. And then with that wind, I think we'll just pull this right back to 180, put it all the way out here. And now we've got the perfects on the swing path, and we're just hooking it with the contact. But that worked out well. Yeah, it's about 12 feet. 12 feet, bang on. I was going to say 12 or 13 feet. Let's give it up, push it through that bit of break, and it should turn back. Oh, that's the second time now, I think, this round where it's been a little bit pacey. Dropping in on the right side of the hole. Alright, kind of balancing out a little bit more. Well, yeah, that did balance itself out, to be honest. Hole kind of straight, but yeah, just I'm not rotating the controller around in my hands properly. So we're going about here. I underswung that badly and pushed it again. Wow, that's a big push. Even for this, I'm going to straighten out. I want to aim it around about there. That's turned a bit too much, I think. No, wait. Ah, yes! Beautiful. I actually do want to see that again. Just barely grabbed that left edge. Oh, I should have saved that. I should get bloody thumbnail. Damn it. Let's see if we can get another replay to go. Right, we got 5 holes to play, so there's a chance. Right, with that wind, I think we're just going to go around about there. What's wrong with you, missus? She's not happy. She's not happy that the curtains are closed over. She can't get up at the window now to find out where the parking is coming from outside. I can faintly hear her. Right, 56, going to play about 57. I think we'll be fine with that wind. Oh! Oh, wait, hold on. We're okay. For some reason I thought because it was a regular pitch it was just going to fly the hole. But no, we're okay. It's an awkward little lie though. Good enough break for a 6-footer. Oh my god, just about. Just about, but that is... Sorry, 5 in a row. A solid back now. Watch me screw up the rest of the back 9 now. Because I've just gone and I cut myself off from fully saying it, but I have said it. I'm definitely going for it now. That's a nice swing. So yes, you can hear her pitter-pattering around there. A little claws on the floor. She is anxious to get up and see what's going on outside. You have to wait, because if I open the curtains I can't see the bloody screen. And yes, actually that's another thing, for those of you who are actually still here with the video. That video, with the first 2 rounds of this, when I recorded the gameplay of that, I actually did have the curtains open and I was struggling to actually see the screen. She's trying again. I can kind of see the reflection of the curtain trying to be tweaked open. Because she's only got short little stumpy legs, and like, I mean, the window ledge is now she's crashed back down to the floor again. It's about the window ledge is about waist high, so I've made a little sort of way up for her so she can get to the window for the room that I have everything set up in. And like, she's more than capable of getting up, but it's when the curtains are closed. She's gonna hate me. Right, 216. Gonna play about 221 with that wind. We're gonna pull that right back to 203. I think I actually just worked that out wrong. No, we might be okay. Is it gonna get up that slope? Oh, it held. It held. All right. And I think that has enough to get there. It does. Okay, what are we at now? I think we got, was it 3 holes? I think it's 3 holes to play. Oh wait, yes, we're at 40 under par with 2 to play. And this is a par 5. Lovely. Okay. So at least I wind pulled that ball. I achieved the goal that I wanted of about 40 under par. So let's see if we can better it and get to at least 41 under par. Once we hit tee shots like that, again, rotate the controller. Would help. And again, I have to remember to export this this gameplay in... Oh. Sorry, I know I'm just sitting here, but I'm just thinking, I have to figure... Because when I realised that, I hadn't edited that gameplay in the Share Factory when I ported it onto the USB. I'm only just thinking this now, so I have to figure out what file format the PS5 is exporting onto onto a flash drive, because when I suddenly thought, what's the file, what format is the file in that I'm exporting, I went into the share factory and realized that it wasn't MP4. So I'm gonna have to try and remember. It's been a long time since I've had to do it, but I know I can convert it from a WebM to MP4. So I'll have to do that before I actually import it into the DaVinci Resolve, unless I can do it in there. I don't know. Maybe I can. Anyway, we're at 41 under par on the 18th hole of the 4th round of the Nebraska Championship. TGC Tours, let's see if we can get one more birdie. 182. We'll pull that back to 168 and send it somewhat in there. Nope, not short. Alright, so it looks like it's going to, unless I can hold this out, it's going to be a par. Let me take a super flap. Oh, that was fucking shocking. My God, I just saw 10 points, 6 or 10 points, something like that. I saw on the swing path for a push. Is it good? Right, we're up there for par 41 under par. I will take that. So let's have a look. What did I shoot actually? Because I genuinely, I don't care if I see the leaderboards now, because the event is done. But what did I shoot across the 4 rounds? Or sorry, what did I shoot each round, should I say? Let's just try and speed through this. Come on, through we go. There we go. So advance. Well, 70. Well, we'll be killing. He's not on Kinetic, so we don't need to worry about that score. So Nebraska. So let me see, 13 under, that's what it was in round 1, and then 11 under in round 2, 7 under. So round 3 was the worst round, and back to double digits, 10 under par for the 4th round. So yeah, obviously, but them names you can see above me there, they're all like, I'm not sure about Maximo Lovely or Gunchi. Like, I mean, I know them scores definitely. Well, there's the dog outside again. I'm not sure if they're on Kinetic. They could be on Elite, maybe. If not Platinum, I don't know. But I know I more than comfortably made the cut at 24 under par after the 2 rounds. But that is pretty much, so once we're not stuck on this screen. Well, that took a lot longer than it should have done to get back through the menu, out to the main menu. Don't know why. It doesn't usually take that long. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much, that is going to do it. Yeah, pretty much for this video. So yeah, just as I said, as I did mention in the previous video as well, and I can't remember if I said it at the start of this one, please do just bear with me over for the next while I get myself used to this new editing software. And I say, as I did mention, there will possibly be different content getting uploaded as well, just trying out different things. If you do fancy checking those out, do go ahead. Otherwise, I will be trying as best as I can to get as much PGA content out as I can, but once I get the capture card and stuff, well, sure, I've said it all already. But yeah, for those of you who made it this far, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to drop it a like, and if you have not done so already, or you are just brand new to the channel, do consider subscribing, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Until then, take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.